Hey everyone, Nathan here from Mighty Games. It's Aetherdrift pre-release day, Friday the 7th of February, and we've got a few packs. We're going to crack some open. We're going to open some packs up so we can have some singles available on the website. Now, this is not all the packs that we're going to open, but just a little selection because we wanted to open some on camera. I haven't done that for a while, so let's dive in. All the packs have got the same art on, all the play boosters, and there's some pretty cool stuff in, as you will see. Chandra Spark Hunter, that's the emblem for the Planeswalker card. So what have we got? A lot of these cards are brand new. A Keen Buccaneer. We'll sort them into colour piles. So Keen Buccaneer, Run Over, Swiftwing Assailant, kick off the celebrations, a Grim Bauble. What's that do? When this artifact enters, target creature and opponent controls -2/-2 till end of turn. Cool. Silken Strength, Bestow Greatness, Locust Spray, the Coral Tyrant, Push the Limit, Racers Scoreboard, rare, Count on Luck, 3 mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. That's pretty good, isn't it? For decks that want to blast out all their cards. Right, and then uncommon foil, Lagorin Soul of Alakria. 2 mana, green and white. Beast Mount. Flying. Whenever Lagorin attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target mounts and or vehicles. And it's 1 to saddle, tap any number of other creatures you control with power 1 or more. This mount becomes saddled until end of turn. Saddle only as a sorcery. It's a 1/1. So you can saddle it with a creature. Then when it attacks, you put a counter on up to 2 things, one of which can be this. So it gets bigger every turn. That's a nice swamp. And then loads of things, it seems, have got, in the comic world, have got this style art, which is a homage to Akira, with the character walking towards the bike. So there's been a Batman, there's been a Joker comic, there's been a Barbarella recently, and a couple of other items, and now Chandra walking towards her racer cycle. So that's pretty cool. Let's go for another pack. So this one's got the speed token. So this is so you can track your speed for start your engines. What we got? Nimble Thopterist, Gibrick Omnivore, Lotus Guard Disciple, Lightning Strike, classic card, Lightning Strike, Siphon Fuel, Dynamite Diver, Wickerfolk Indomitable, an artifact creature Scarecrow, Spell Pierce, classic again, Haunted Hellride, 3/3 vehicle. That's pretty cool. I like that. Pride of the Road. Ooh, that's nice. That's a pretty special, a special guest card, Wear of Invention. Wear of Invention lets you tutor for other artifact cards. That's pretty cool. That should have its own little pile. And then we've got a Web Strike Elite, an Insect Archer. 2 mana, 3/3 with reach. It's got a cycling ability, and when you cycle it, you get to destroy something. That is mental. And a Guidelight Optimizer. That's busted. That Web Strike Elite thing, that is crazy. 3/3 for 2 with other stuff on the card. They're pushing these cards now. Glitch Ghost Surveyor, Beast Rider Vanguard, Collision Course, Crash and Burn, Starting Column. Okay, Stall Out, Engine Rat. Now this, I'm quite excited about this. Not only is it a a zombie, but it's a rat. It's a 1/1 with Death Touch for 1 mana, and perfect for commander. 5 and a black, which is quite easy to do when commander. Each opponent loses 2 life, but it isn't a tap ability or a once per turn. So if you can generate a whole load of mana, you could drain all of your opponents in a game of commander and kill them. That engine rat is a card that I'm going to be putting in 2 different commander decks that I own. Zombies and rats. Apocalypse Runner, another vehicle. Pretty cool. Oh, that Count on Luck wants to be in the red pile, doesn't it? Veteran Beastbinder. Oh, we've got a couple of other spicy biscuits. Bulwark Ox and Draconautics Engineer. 1 and a red. Goblin creature. That's pretty cool. I like the... that art is pretty funky. And then a Crash and Burn and a Scoured Barrens and an art card. So I'll put art cards separate to tokens. There we go. And we got Chitting Gravestalker, Guidelight Optimizer, Migrating Kestradon, Ride's End, Goblin Surveyor, Mutant Surveyor, Wreck Remover, Reef Roads as a land, Spire Mech Cycle, and Nesting Boys, White Rangers, Aether Hive, Explosive Getaway is the rare in that pack. Exile up to, I wonder if unlicensed disintegrations in this. Exile up to 1 target artifact or creature. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Explosive Getaway deals 4 damage to each creature. Well, that's pretty good. You get to save one of your own things, or save something, and deal 4 damage to everything else. That's pretty good. Portable Mole, Swamp, Thopter, and Cat. The fact that they've started doing, because they used to do double-sided tokens in collector boosters, and now to put them in normal packs, I think it started with Innistrad Remastered, is pretty cool. So you've got a 1/1 lifelinky Cat, or a 1/1 Thopter on that token. Is awesome. Hazard of the Dunes, Broadcast Rambler, Magmakin Artillerist, Risky Shortcut, Hull Drifter. I like Hull Drifter, nice play on the Mull Drifter there. Maximum Overdrive, Wretched Doll, Momentum Breaker, Tyrox, Sauron Tyrant, Rise from the Wreck, The Last Ride. What's this? A 1 mana, 13/13 vehicle, but it gets -X, where X is your life total. And then you can also pay 2 and a black and 2 life to draw a card. It costs 2 to crew. Very specific. You've got to have low life total to be able to get maximum benefit out of it, but pretty cool if you're playing that kind of strategy. And we've got Pilot and Treasure. Love a casual little pack opening. Loxodon Surveyor, Light Shield Parry combat trick that you can cycle. Clamorous Ironclad, Streaking Oil Gorger, Midnight Mangler, Skybox Ferry, Night Market, Amonkhet Raceway. Start your engines. If you have no speed, it starts at 1. That's this thing. Start your engines. So you track your speed. If you have no speed, it starts at 1. It increases once on each of your turns when an opponent loses life. Maximum speed is 4. And if you've got maximum speed, Amonkhet Raceway taps to give target creature haste until end of turn. So some cool little abilities for if you've got max speed. Retching Doll, Canyon Volta, Lifecraft. No, two rares in this pack. 2 rares. The Gastal Thrill Roller and a Lifecraft Engine. Okay, another Hull Drifter, some Blossoming Sands token. Let's go. Oh, it's an elephant, a 3/3 elephant token. Everybody needs one of those. I always joke, everyone's probably sick of me now, but when we're playing Commander, if you play a card that requires a token, say you play I think it's Bird Song, you counter a target spell, but your opponent gets, the owner of that spell gets a 2/2 bird, then you should have that token to hand so you can provide it to your opponent, I think. Cloud Spire, Cycle, Momentum Breaker, Plow Through, June Drifter, River Churn Monument. Any number of target players each mill 2 cards. And then it's got an exhaust ability. 2 and 2 blue. Tap it. Any number of target players each mill cards equal to the number of cards in their graveyard, but you can activate an exhaust ability only once. Okay. Swiftwater Cliffs, Insect, and Elephant. That's good. That's a very usable token. That 1/1 insect or a 3/3 elephant. Very handy. Trip Ups, Stampeding Scurryfoot, Collision Course, Gastral Blockbuster, Deathless Pirate, Gearseeker Serpent, Scrap Compactor, Tyrox, The Raceway, Tyrian World Tyrant, 5 mana 9/7. Dinosaur Ooze. Country Roads. Oh, what's this? Archic Emerald Radion. 6 mana, legendary Insect Druid. When Archic enters, create a 1/1 green insect token for each artifact and or creature card in your graveyard. Whenever another insect you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Archic. Each opponent loses 1 life. That seems pretty good. Sabotage Strategist, some Thornwood Falls, and a nice art card. Thundering Broodwagon. Dum 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 dum. Howler's Heavy, Pothole Mole. Grim Javelineer, Ticket Tortoise, Maximum Overdrive. Dracosaur Auxiliary, Marshall's Path Cruiser, Broadside Barrage. Broadside Barrage deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Draw a card, then discard a card. I mean, that's just like a reasonable amount of stuff for 3 mana at instant speed, I think. Guide-like Pathmaker, Redshift Rocketeer Chief, Goblin Pilot. Cool. Rangers a thingy, Dismal Backwater, Thopter Cat token. Bounce Off, Broken Wings, classic. Voyage Quickwelder, Pedal to the Metal, Pack Doll Terror. Whenever this creature or another artifact you control enters, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Oh, I like the sound of that. Whenever this creature or another... Oh, it's an artifact. Interface Ace. Doesn't quite fit with what I first thought. Gastal Raider, Sky Crash, Defend the Rider. Choose 1. There's 1 green mana, instant. Choose 1. Target permanent you control gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Or create a 1/1 colourless pilot creature token. With this token, saddles, mounts, and cruise vehicles as though its power 1 were 2 greater. I mean, just target permanent you control gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn is decent for 1 mana. So, Gallant Strike, Sunbillow Verge, a rare land, and a District Mascot. This creature enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. It's a 0/0 for 1. 1 and a green. Remove 2 +1/+1 counters from this creature. Destroy target artifact. It's a dog. It is a dog. Like a little cute little corgi looking thing. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Oh, so that's alright. Just handy little monster. What's that one then? Bright Glass Gear Hulk. Sounds pretty epic. Sounds pretty epic. Lotus Guard Disciple, Thunderhead Gunner, Ripclaw Wrangler, Nimble Thopterist, Velahart Bike, Daring Mechanic, Walking Sarcophagus, a Zombie Cat, okay, Dracosaur Auxiliary, Marshall's Path Cruiser, Broadside Barrage, Rise from the Wreck. Choose target creature, planeswalker, or vehicle. Mill 2 cards, then destroy the chosen permanent if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of cards in your graveyard. That seems pretty decent removal. Gallant Strike, destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Okay. Pretty nice Forest. And Thopter Servo token this time. Okay. That's a tough pack to open. What we got? Lightning Strike, Siphon Fuel, Flood the Engine, Venom Sack, Lagak, Spout, Cycle Scouter, Camera Launcher, Light Wheel Enhancement, Gastel Raider, Sky Crash, Dune Drifter, Greenbelt Guardian, Loot the Pathfinder, Mythic, nice. 5 mana, double strike with vigilance and haste. You can exhaust him for 1 green mana, add 3 mana of any colour, exhaust him for blue, draw 3 cards, exhaust him for red, deal 3 damage to any target. I mean, that's what's not to like about that. He's a 2/4, but that's irrelevant. He's got double strike, vigilance, and haste. Absolute filth. Sky Streak Engineer, Mountain, and a Pilot Treasure. Pile of treasure. Got another Chandra and a vehicle. Back to the beginning. Deathless Pilot, Gear Seeker Serpent, Stampeding Scurryfoot, Broadcast Rambler, Clamorous Ironclad, Wreckage Wickerfolk. Another Scarecrow. This one flies though. When it enters surveil, I mean that's pretty decent, isn't it? And it for a common. So it's a 2 mana, 1/3 with flying, and you surveil 2 when it enters. That's good, common. Gastel Thill Seeker, Lizard Berserker. Ooh, it's a lizard, you say? Lizards have been pretty good with the stuff from Bloomborough. When this creature enters, it deals 1 damage to target opponent, and you gain 1 life. And when you get to maximum speed, it gets Death Touch and Haste, a 2/3 for 2. That's not bad, that. Glory Heath Lynx, Dredger's Insight, Mu Yanling Wind Rider, Human Wizard Pilot. Oh, she's a mythic. Sweet. When this creature enters, create a 3/2 colourless vehicle artifact token with crew 1. Vehicles you control are flying. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. I mean, she's just good. And Plow Through, that's a 1 mana sorcery. Target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls, or destroy target vehicle. Where's me 2 mana 2/2 with no abilities? This seems like we're incapable of getting standard stuff these days. Bounce Off, Loxodon Surveyor, Brightfield Mustang, Magmakin Artillerist, Risky Shortcut, Hull Drifter, Skybox Ferry, Night Market, Reckless Velocitor, Broodheart Engine, Sundial Dawn Tyrant. It's another artifact creature token. 2 mana 3/3. There you go. I just said, like, where's my 2 mana 2/2? We've got a 2 mana 3/3 artifact. Summit the Driving Force. First Strike, Vigilance, Haste. She's 6 mana though. A 4/5. Other creatures you control get +X/+O, where X is your speed. Non-creature spells cost X less to cast. Where, I mean, that's just... Some of these cards are busted. Absolutely busted. like Hull Drifter. Yes, it's 5 mana, but draw 2 cards. Just good. Just good. Brightfield Glider, Burner Rocket, Spin Out, Skystreak Engineer, Lacrian Jaguar, Guidelight Matrix, Fuel the Flames, Risen Necro Regent, Racer's Scoreboard, Winter Cursed Rider. Now, Winter is a character that was introduced in Duskmourn, I believe. 2 mana, 3/2, Human Warlock, Ward, pay 2 life. Artifacts you control have Ward, pay 2 life. And his exhaust ability, which is once only. Exile X artifact cards from your graveyard. Each other non-artifact creature gets -X/-X until end of turn. Well, that's like pretty good. Winter. And then a Muraganda Raceway. That when you get to maximum speed, you can tap for 2 colourless mana. Seems good. And a foil migrating Ketradon. Dismal Backwater. Art card. I'm enjoying these. These are good cards. Gibberic Omnivore. Lotus Guard Disciple. Thunderhead Gunner. Ripclaw Wrangler. Nimble Thosterist. End Rider Catalyzer. Walking Sarcophagus. Sleek Imitator. Adrenaline Jockey. Lagorin. That's the beastie dude. Tune Up. Sky Seer's Chariot. Look, another 2 rare pack. Sky Seer's Chariot. And Colladin Triumph Caster. Mounts and vehicles you control have haste. Whenever a mount you control enters, it becomes saddled until end of turn. Whenever a vehicle you control enters, it becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. So he's 2 mana, but every time a vehicle enters, it becomes a creature until end of turn, and it gets haste. That is pretty wild. Scoured Barrens and a thing. So there is a... No, we haven't got one yet. There's a vehicle. Oh, that's a nice 2/2 zombie token. Excellent. There's a vehicle that's got flying, vigilance, and lifelink, I think. That then can attack on its turn it enters if you can get it onto the battlefield. That is crazy. Velahart Bite, Daring Mechanic, Lightning Strike, Siphon Fuel, Flood the Engine, Camera Launcher, Light Wheel Enhancements, Hellish Sideswipe, Rocketeer Boost Buggy. That sounds goblin tech, doesn't it? Defend the Rider again, District Mascot, another one of those little green dudes. Bulwark Ox, what is that? An Ox Mount. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Or sacrifice this creature. Creatures you control with counter on them gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. It's 1 mana to saddle it. Or 1 power, sorry, to saddle it. Bulwark Ox. Gearseeker Serpent. Rugged Highlands. Pilot Zombie token. Different one. Right, we've got 3 packs left in this little pile. 3 packs left for this video. Hope you've enjoyed looking at some of these cards and listening to me waffle. Piles are a little messy. I'll tidy those up at the end. Ride's End, Gastel Blockbuster, Deathless Pilot, Gearseeker Serpent, Stampeding Scurryfoot, Scrap Compactor, Ticket Tortoise, Memory Guardian, Marauding Mako, Shark Pirate, of course, Country Roads, Bloodghast. Now then, what's this dude? He is a 2 black mana, 2/1 Vampire Spirit. This creature can't block. Has haste as long as an opponent has 10 or less life. And has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you can return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Seems pushed. Crypt Caller Chariot. 3 and a black. Artifact vehicle with menace. It's a 5/5. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, create that many tapped 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. that is pretty good. That's pretty good if you're going to be discarding a lot of cards. At least they're tapped. At least they're tapped, so you can't brutalise that. Slick Imitator, a Plains, and a Thopter Servo this time. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give us a little like and maybe consider subscribing to the channel. That would be very much appreciated. If you would do that, give us a thumbs up or the bell or whichever thing appears on your screen. Venom Sacklegak again, Spout Cycle Scouter, Prowatcher Specialist, Grim Bauble. Oh, I've mixed a black in that pile. I'll have to sort that out. Hellish Sideswipe mixed in with the blues. Howler's Heavy. There we go. Back to form. Stall Out Memory Guardian, Grease Wrench Goblin, Diversion Unit, Air Response Unit, Crypt Caller Chariot. That's the same card. Glory Heath, Lynx, an Island, and another art card. Right then, last pack for this video. Thank you everybody if you've stayed through to the end. Very much appreciate you hanging around and watching. I've really enjoyed opening these packs. Hopefully you've enjoyed looking at some of the cards, and maybe you'll give us a comment in the thing below. If you like this format of video, then we'll definitely look to do a few more. Pothole Mole, Leonin Surveyor, Gilded Goader, Grim Javelineer, Bounce Off, Broken Wings, Spectral Interference, Cloud Spire Coordinator, another 2-mana pilot with whole. That's a lot of text. That is a lot of text. What does it actually do? When this creature enters Scry 2, tap it to create X 1/1 colourless pilot creature tokens, where X is the number of mounts and or vehicles that entered the battlefield under your control this turn, and the tokens have this token saddles, mounts and cruise vehicles as though it power were 2 greater. And this is the 3/1 in itself. Uncommon. Malt Tender, Insect Druid for 1. Detention Chariot. So when this enters, you exile artifact or creature until that leaves the battlefield. Wild Roads, Debris Beetle. 4 mana, artifact vehicle with trample. When this vehicle enters, each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Crew 2, it's a 6/6. Debris Beetle. Mint. Crash and Burn, destroy target vehicle. Crash and Burn deals 6 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Seems reasonable for limited. And Jungle Hollow, classic land. Finally, a Thopter Cat token. That is it. I think that was 20 booster packs. If you've enjoyed this video, like I say, please give us a like and subscribe. Think about dropping a comment down there in the comment section down below. I think we've got a fair few mythics in amongst there, some multiple rare packs, which is pretty spicy. All of these cards will be heading over to the website to get listed once we've finished sorting and what have you, for Aetherdrift singles. And check them out at mightylancergames.co.uk. Really appreciate you watching. Thanks everyone. See you next time.